Hello, everyone, anyone. I was bored also. I decided to jump on here for a few minutes. Also, to give an update on what's been going on with me all day long. I have been getting through the tube that I have shown what comes up, pops in my neck, up to the back of my head. I have been getting air going through me from that. I have been getting what feels like a real thick liquid also, and it is going from my chest up through my neck, up to the back of my head, and it is completely spreading around my head. I have been completely and totally numb. I have been getting serious skull deforming and pressure and burning all day long in the back of my head. I have been going through serious deforming. Last night, I also started to cough up real thick blood from my chest, from whatever that is in my chest, that tube or whatever. I was getting serious pain. I started to cough. Next thing you know, I was bringing up actual chunks of blood, coughing up chunks of blood. There is not a damn thing I can do about this. I am medically blacklisted. I am a 5-year revenge retaliation, full identity theft, which I've shown and proven, full skull splitting, brain injuring, body mutilation, kidnap, sex assaulted, false arrested, arrest refusals, extortion, kidnapped, sex assaulted, stalked, attempted murder victim for revenge retaliation through Lennox and Addington, Ontario provincial police. Whether still in Napanee or not, they are human traffickers, human sex trade slavery traffickers, falsely arresting victims, stalking, torture crimes, homicides, and cover-ups. It is the police in Napanee. It is Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors who are criminally involved, the Justice of the Peace, and 2 mental health workers. XOPP chief or commander, before he left Napanee, he drove away Jeep Wrangler, had me shot on the corner of Bridge and Center Street. He is guilty of attempted homicide. He is a sex slave trafficker as well, children and adults. Staff sergeants, years 2019-2021, guilty of kidnapping and sodomy, sex assault against me. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, he actually told me he could fuck me, could kill me, could get away with it. Money Badge Family Town Council. Dave Weiss, Constable Ward. Stacy, a mental health worker. Like I said, mental health worker, was Daily Tea Company, Napanee, now Kingston AMHS. Shelley Huffner had me kidnapped May 27th, 2021, 24 hours after me asking for help with what has taken place against me. After I was shot in August of 2019 by XOPP chief in the white Jeep Wrangler, it wasn't by a bullet, but it was by something that went into my right ear. I started having problems, wondering what was going on. I went to the hospital because I was having serious problems to find out what was going on. Later that year, in November of that year, I got an appointment for a CAT scan. I went to get my CAT scan done. The one no one involved is Stacy, the mental health worker that is now Kingston AMHS, was there. I had no association with her in any way, shape, or form. She was there apparently saying she was there for me, for my benefit, for me getting my CAT scan, for anxiety, for all this other bullshit. She had no reason to be there. I had no association with her, and I sure the fuck do not have any anxieties over getting CAT scans done. Bullshit lie, but she was there casting her lies before my CAT scan. When she seen I was there with my mother, who was alive at the time, and another, she walked by us, gave dirty looks. I go in to get my CAT scan. I wanted to see results. I wanted pictures and to see for myself. I was told I would not understand them. I was told I needed medication. I was pretty much medically blacklisted. Come to find out that the one that did this, Dr. Tatiana Vakadinovic, she also goes by Dr. Margie V as well. She is Stacy's, Kingston AMHS now, girlfriend. She was there casting her bullshit lies against me. She is the one that got me medically blacklisted. She is the one that falsified my medical file against me. She is the one that got me medically blacklisted to prevent me from getting help. She is the one that got me medically discriminated against through bullshit lies from Stacy. I had not been to Lenox and Addington County General Hospital in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to being shot by whatever it was put into my fucking ear by this criminal pieces of shit cops. And the reason it happened was revenge because of me speaking of OPP crimes, because of me speaking of the human trafficking and the homeless exploitation for monetary gain out of the Morning Star mission, along with other crimes. Spencer Mills showing up at my door to basically threaten me and let me know that if I did not stop talking about what was taking place, there'd be serious consequences. He was 100% right. The one known as Bill Woldridge, he has many alias names. He came onto the scene after I was shot. He was living at 34 Water Street. And every time I would go out the door, this piece of shit was always right there in front of my fucking house. And if he wasn't, he was walking by. I would go to the store. He was conveniently showing up. I would walk downtown. He was conveniently showing up. Every single time I went out the fucking door, he was walking by my place, sometimes between 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, making it look like he was going to No Frills to buy fucking bananas. And in the meantime, I was having a lot of other shit happen to me as well. There was arson attempts on my previous house. There was my dog Chipper. I had 2 dogs. My one dog Chipper was killed by the one known as Bill Woldridge. He has many alias names: Bill Woldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Stephen Mavis, which is a wanted inmate escapee walkaway, and also goes by the name Robert Cross. He was stalking children for OPP ex-chief or commander before leaving Napanee at Tim Hortons for sex slavery trafficking. There is also, when he wasn't doing this to me, he was also criminally stalking my mother as well, a 77-year-old woman. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth. He thinks that he is my dad. He was criminally stalking my mother, and he was calling my mother Mom. He and the one known as Blair Frederick Hardy, were both doing it. They were using what is called remote neuromonitoring on my mother, which is a nanomicrochip implant, and I haven't shown and proven that it does exist, that it is police and military tech. They were using this on her. As a result, I spoke of it. It gave her cancer because it gives off radiation and high EMFs. It caused my mother cancer. It was made to look age and health related. There was nothing about that. It was murder done through that way. 100% provable. Like what I believe that I have going on with me. I have been through serious skull deforming, brain injuring, serious memory losses, serious fucking mutilations while being medically blacklisted. Ones also that are guilty and OPP accomplices. They're drug traffickers, they're sex slave traffickers, they are sex offenders, and they are all OPP drug traffickers. As I said, the one known as Bill Woldridge, 149 Center Street North, or was bald glasses, approximately 70. The one that thinks he and I were switched at birth. Jason Gimpy, two-step Van Alstyne as well. He is guilty of identity theft, identity fraud with the intent to commit, disability, and insurance fraud against me. He is a crackhead. He is a stroke victim. And he's going to use that as an excuse, of course, so will OPP. He is guilty of possibly murdering somebody in 2021. Being involved, he was with this person. He sells laced fentanyl to commit overdose murders, to be above suspicion. So when they die, it's made to look like just an addict bought bad drugs and as a result died from it. It is being done with intent through the lacing between Napanee and Kingston. There is Bert the Hitman Hustler. He is guilty of criminal torturing. He is guilty of criminal stalking. He is guilty of being involved with crimes against me for the past 5 years. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. He is a sex slave trafficker. He's guilty of attempted murder. Tyler T. Bagleg, he is guilty of torturing and killing my dog Runt in March of 2023. He is a meth head, meth trafficker. He is guilty of being involved with my crimes against me for the past 5 years. It's pretty funny. I have pictures and videos where I can show and prove how I am 52 years old. They are only between Van Alstyne and Lake, approximately 30, 35 to 40, 45. I am older than both of them, and no relation, and I have pictures where I look exactly like these two pieces of shit. Provable. He's guilty of attempted murder on me, along with torturing and killing my dog. There's Dale Hartwick. He is guilty of being involved with my identity theft with the intent to commit homicide against me for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend at the time. Dale Hartwick's wife or husband, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns, he is guilty of attempted murder on me. He is guilty of being involved with my identity theft. He is guilty of attempted paralyzing me. He is guilty of sex assaults. These are OPP drug offenders. Money paid pieces of shit. They get drugs dropped off to them daily through the cops for payment, usually between 2 and 4 a.m. every single morning. Lies, time buying, cover-ups, arrest refusals, extortion, arrest, $22,000 to have any of these bastards arrested in Napanee. Me going to OPP to try to get arrest and being surrounded by hands-on guns. Me being falsely arrested for wanting help through a criminal hospital and doctors who are criminally negligently involved, and it was co-conspired, I believe, through OPP, the ones named, to have me arrested and charged in an attempt to try to discredit me, in an attempt to try to get away with the crimes that they have obviously gotten away with. the medical treatment refusals, the file falsifications, the discriminations, and everything else while this was taking place. I was made homeless for an entire year, where I was forced to move to Kingston because allegedly the hospital did not want me here in Napanee in case I needed to go there. I have no intent of going to that fucking place. It is filled with nothing but criminals. I want nothing to do with anything or anybody there, just to make that clear, until it comes time to see them doctors criminally arrested, felony charged, and put into prison where they belong with the Hawkesbury doctor and Elizabeth Wetlauer or Loafer, whatever her name is, the female serial killer doctor, because Dr. Tatiana Vakadinovic is the next one. Spencer Mills shows up at your door in Napanee or wherever he is. The police named whether they are in Napanee or not. They are still criminally involved. I am the end of my bloodline as well. This is a hate crime. This is a revenge crime against me. When people go missing, it is through the police, it is through criminal doctors, and it is through their accomplices, ex-inmates, possible walk-away escapees who are being harbored and committing homicides and torture crimes and slavery trafficking for OPP benefit, i.e. the one known as Bill Wooldridge, Stephen Mavis. I have no feeling in the lower part of my body. I've had no brain stimulation in any way, shape, or form from being constantly injured and tortured and damaged for approximately now 2.5 years from being fucking injured. It could be 100% proven if I could go to a hospital, if I could actually get medical help, but I can't afford to go to Quebec. I can't afford to go down east. And I can't afford to go out to Manitoba just to get fucking medical help because of me being fucking medically blacklisted now within the province of Ontario. Compliments of one Dr. Tatiana Vakanovic, Stacy's girlfriend. Let this be a lesson to you. One way or another, I am going to see Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns arrested and charged for murders and for attempted murder with intent. I am the end of my bloodline as well, along with Dale Hartwick. Whether he is dying of cirrhosis of the liver or not, I am going to see him locked up and spend the rest of his fucking natural life, what he has left, in a prison cell rotting, along with Tyler Lake, Jason Gimpy, Two-Step, and Alstein, the piece of shit known as Bill Wooldridge for my mother's murder and attempted murder and other crimes on me, along with the homosexual leader of the Hardy Boys gang, Mr. Blair Frederick Gerbil fucking Hardy. He is a low-life meth head piece of shit garbage. He is an obsessed homosexual. He used to drive a Mercedes in Napanee, and he went to the Morning Star Mission quite a bit. He also hung out with Tyler Lake's mother a lot. There is another one named Robert Berry. He needs to be arrested and charged too. He is criminally involved. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is a truck driver. And he is a possible serial killer, along with a one named Brandon Berry, who is a fucking child beater, baby abusing, baby beater piece of shit. There is also Sean McKay as well. And there is another named Chris that lives in Deserano, Ontario, and he has family members that are cops. Gang stalking, tortures, full physical identity thefts, brain injuring, body mutilations, kidnapping, sex assaults, and there's not a fucking thing I can do about it because it's OPP revenge. Remember that. When people disappear, it is the cops, the doctors, and their accomplices. And if anybody wants to think anything different, I can and have proven my words about what I am saying 100%. My medical rights, my legal rights, and my human rights have been taken from me. for 5 years, and the reason I spoke OPP crimes. One way or another, all of these low-life meth-fed fucking crackhead pieces of shit, speedhead, heroin, low-life junkie fucks are going to answer whether they own the cops or not. Damage is done. And you are guilty of ending the Wood bloodline, you fucking pieces of shit, for OPP. And I am not taking a fall for any of your crackhead low-life bastards, Spencer Mills or Robert Kane. You deserve to be locked up in fucking prison as well, along with the rest of the cops' name. You're lucky that nobody can have cops charged, because you would only turn around and be the ones investigating your own crimes to find no wrongdoings. And that's how fucking the so-called justice system works now. Cops investigating their own crimes. Beware of this, people.